This is that story show where we pick all the chunkies out of the ice cream and then put it back. Hey, podcast people. I'm your host. My name is James Cuttison.
And I'm John Steinklauber.
Welcome to another episode of That Story Show, where we share your hilarious real life stories and invite you to send in more for the future.
Yeah.
It's another grab bag episode. And I say that apologetically, but from what I understand, people kind of liked it, John.
Yeah.
One guy said,
curious.
I wouldn't want it every week, but if it's between that or no show, and it is, then do those. And I'm like, okay, so there you go.
Okay.
So
it was kind of like a ramble show.
Yeah,
right?
It was. We were rambling.
We kind of rambled a little bit.
We're rambling, man.
Oh, Lord, I was born a rambling man. Is that song?
Yeah.
I remember that song from, you remember how they would play those, buy the cassette, commercials on TV?
Yeah, yeah. 8-track and cassette, or two LPs or something.
Two
like
LPs,
that.
blah, blah, yep, whatever it happened to be. That song was like on some kind of greatest hits. I don't even know who sings it, but I remember hearing it.
I knew about, because my parents only let me listen to Christian music, so I knew about 5 seconds of 30 songs that were secular because of those commercials.
Yep. The greatest hits album from somebody and somebody else.
Like, and it was a gas, and that's all you know. There's a heart of glass, and you're like, oh wow, that was cool. I'd love to hear the rest of that. I
wonder what that sounds like.
Time Life Books commercials up next. I guess my dream is crushed.
How the West was won.
Time Life Books. Between that and plates, they were trying to sell our parents.
Right.
Plates
with the faces or the art
the presidential
on it or
faces. I don't remember exactly what it was, but
it was something like that.
It's always some sort of plate you were supposed to buy and hang on your dumb wall.
Yeah. Anyway. You can't eat off it though.
No. It's like those saucers that the evil witch lady, the pink lady, has in Harry Potter.
Right, yeah, Harry. What's her name? She's so bad.
Like the most evil person in the series. She's worse than Voldemort.
I think so.
Name? We need to hire a third guy, and his job or her job would be to look up our stuff and put it in chat.
All of our ideas.
All the things
like James,
we can't think of.
My son would know it because he's like, he's reading them and stuff. So
yeah.
The lady with the cats.
Yeah, the cat plays. That's what makes me think.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's do some weekly updates here. Let me see where my button is. That's how prepared I am. Let's rewind a week. Boom, 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 boom. All right. I'll start us off with a little joke. John, why are chickens so funny? Because so stupid, isn't it? But it's
it
so
is. The first time I ever heard that was a little kid telling it. And he's carrying a chicken. And I'm like, that's cute and hilarious.
Cute and hilarious. No. Okay, I want to test how German you are real quick.
Uh-oh. Well.
Because I have a friend at work named Tim. And Tim is from German heritage as you are.
Okay.
Okay. And his grandmother used to read him a story. And the name of the character in the story was Struwwelpeter. Struwwelpeter. I don't know how you would pronounce that. Struwwelpeter. Struwwelpeter.
The W's are V's.
Oh, Struwwelpeter. Anyway, his job, it was one of those life lessons stories from the olden days. His job, he would come around. If you sucked your thumb, he would come and cut your thumb off while you were sleeping. So have you ever heard of that story? Did you ever get told that story by an elder?
No, my grandfather told me many stories, but never anything about a guy that would cut your thumbs off if you sucked your thumb.
Okay. But he did teach you other stories, like about how white people are the best. Other German things.
Many German things. Yeah, so he
How
came
to take
over.
over half the world. I don't know what
He used to wear this crazy mustache. It was the weirdest. I'm just kidding. No, he didn't.
just
He
tiny
did.
little Charlie. He was Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah. No, when my grandpa Steinklauber, Lord rest his soul, came over to this country, he was 13, and he did it because his parents were actually killed by communists, and so he had to come over and live with his family somehow. So,
Wow.
yeah. So he told me many stories because he landed in, he ended up in Chicago. No.
That's my takeaway is Grandpa existed just to kill the buzz of the show.
Sorry. Oh, yeah. Well, perhaps I shouldn't tell you all the stories that he would tell me when I was a kid.
No, I do have a weekly update though.
Okay.
Okay, so I had to drive my wife to a procedure today.
Oh, procedure.
Let me just say it this way. It was the same procedure you had last week, John.
Oh!
They're cheaper in a pack of 2. So,
Pack of 2?
Yeah, we bought 2 tickets and you got one and we got the other one.
Yeah,
so
right.
You buy them in 2s, it's cheaper. Cheaper by the dozen. But anyway, I took her and we were both expecting to see a lot of old people, but they were all people our age. And we realized, we are the old people.
We are the
And I kid you not, I am not lying when I say that there was a room full of ladies waiting for their procedure. And I want to say there were 6 women with their husbands, and 4 of them, I'd love to over exaggerate, but 4 is enough, were named Jennifer.
Well, it's a generational thing.
Exactly. Every woman who's around 50 right now is named Jennifer.
Yep.
That's what I've decided. Because Jennifer was the most popular name in the 70s and the 80s.
Okay.
It's kind of like James, too. James is always like super
James's
popular.
and John's. Well, I don't know many Johns my age, but
John's up there. He's still up there, but James is like, so me and Jen are like, really popular. But seriously, it was so weird. So they called my name to tell me that she was ready to see me. And I said, is that Jennifer K? Because I didn't want to end up with the wrong Jennifer.
And there just so happened to be a Jennifer Klauswassen. And you took the wrong lady home.
Oh gosh. I better go up and check. I haven't checked on her since I've been home. But no, she woke up from her dreamy time and the doctor came over and talked to us and this whole thing. And everything's looking fine. Everything's doing great. Nothing to worry about. And the nurse asked her, do you want something to drink? I said, yes, she does. Because that's all she was doing was complaining about how she was so thirsty on the way here. And she's like, you want juice or water? And Jen said, juice. And she's very, very, out of it kind of thing.
Yeah.
And she said, well, we got apple, cranberry,
dopey.
or orange. And I was waiting for her to say orange. She goes, apple juice. And the lady goes off to get it. And I'm like, my eyes are kind of cocked weird because I've never known her. And she looks at me and she says, I don't run into apple juice naturally. That's what her exact words were. And I was like, yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing. She says, I didn't mean to pick apple juice. I'm like, well, why did you say it? And by that time, I couldn't change it. The lady was there. And anyway, so she's kind of coming to finally. And she's like, the doctor was talking to me? Because she heard us. I was like, you don't remember that? She's like, no, I don't remember anything except for the apple juice. And she says, and I said, you don't remember ordering it? She's like, no. I'm like, well, I have a story for you. So.
Wow.
Yeah. She's like, because she said she woke up kind of and was like, why am I drinking apple juice? I hate apple juice. I'm like, yeah, you kind of told me that.
That's hilarious.
Just went for the first thing in the list because I know her. If there's 3 things to drink, she will pick the weirdest thing that she never gets. So it normally would have been cranberry juice.
Right.
Even though the normal person would pick orange juice every time. But she's an odd duck.
I would pick the cranberry juice over both of those because I like cranberry juice, but That's funny that. So I was expecting to have stories after that procedure as far as like being out of it and being doped up and
You
all
probably
that
don't
stuff.
remember any of them though.
I remember the nurse saying my name to wake me up.
Oh, really?
I remember my eyes popping open, and I remember saying, "Is it over?" or something along those lines.
And
My
she
wife
goes,
wasn't even there yet.
Yep, it is now. Not quite.
And then I remember looking around. I was like, "There's a window in this room. Was that window always there?" And I asked that, and she didn't know because she wasn't the same nurse that checked me in. And then when Amy came in, I was like, "Was that window here the whole time?" And she's like, "No, you're in a different room." I was like, "Oh, okay, good. I'm not crazy.
Wow.
At least not by that standard." So
Yeah.
but yeah, that was I guess I was maybe I'm blessed in the fact that I didn't have any, because I was so nervous. I'm like, what if it just like all the things that I keep repressed come out and I say something just crazy or ridiculous or vulgar. That's what I was really, because I've seen some videos of some like guys under the influence of narcotics or whatever it is they're being treated for and
Ketamine.
Just saying some really rude things.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be that guy.
I was afraid, Jen was gonna ask for her boyfriend or something. No, she was totally fine. When she saw me, she was like, "Hey." I'm like, "All right." But yeah.
But she didn't remember ordering the apple juice, and that's crazy.
No, and 4 Jennifers. I'm like, there are 11 Jennifers out there, Jen. 11 of them. She's like, I know. So crazy. And
11.
Sure enough, they wheeled in this lady, and she's like, "Hi, Jennifer, wake up." And I'm like, see, there's another one. They're everywhere. So just know that if you are a woman between 47 and 51, I believe all of you are named Jennifer.
Yeah. Well, Donnie T in the chat room, he just mentioned that his sister's 43 and her name is Jennifer.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go.
He also gave us the name of the lady we were trying to remember.
Oh, who?
Dolores
Umbridge. Yes. Yeah. Oh,
thanks, Donnie.
That's right. We need a Donnie all the time.
Donnie,
to help us out.
We'll have to hit him up.
Have you ever watched some of the other podcasts, like the Joe Rogan Experience?
Yeah,
he has a guy that'll just put video clips up for him, or
finds all that stuff,
tips and or things that they're just referencing. He'll dig it up and put it up. I'm like, we don't have millions of listeners, but surely we could get that guy. Maybe.
And well, we probably do have millions of listeners, but we don't have millions of dollars that go with those.
We do have thousands of listeners.
We have thousands of listeners.
Awesome. Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. Thank you all for listening, by the way. You're the best.
We love you all.
I love you more than James.
That's right.
I just have to say that.
So today we're going to do some stories.
Yeah.
Just pulling them out of the inbox.
Well, I can give you a weekly update if you want. I mean,
okay, but let me finish. We got some audio clips as well.
Oh yeah,
I'm going to share. Yeah, because I watch a lot of YouTube shorts, and a lot of them that I find funny are funny without the video. So I captured the audio from several of them, and I want to share them today. Okay, we'll see if it translates or not. But
all right.
Yeah. So anyway, what was your weekly rewind there or update thing?
I watch a lot of videos and I don't listen to the audio. So how's that?
That's right. You watched my video.
Yeah.
But I did for work and you didn't even hear it.
I didn't. And if you don't know what we're talking about, dear listener, James made this amazing work video and questioned his Facebook audience whether or not we thought it was cool, which I thought it was amazing.
Because my boss didn't think it was cool.
He didn't, but he's, he sees it differently and that's okay. But James made can you screen print using a screen door?
Yeah.
And
that was my video.
I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell the rest of the world the answer. You're going to have to find it.
Yeah. Was it possible? We didn't know when we started, but we found out.
Now we know. And I was amazed. And that's your clickbait. So my story is I have a few of them that I'm really. I'm gonna save two of them. This one happened today. Man, I don't know if I should do this. I might get in trouble
With who?
with my coworker.
Oh,
Oh man, should I do this?
I of course.
Okay.
Of course.
All right, man.
I love trouble.
I work in an office with 3 guys. So we have all sorts of sounds that emanate from this office at any given time. And we also have to take calls every now and then. And I was over here working on my computer, and he took a call, and he's talking. I can hear him, I can hear everything. And he's talking somebody through a technical issue, which is what we do.
Right.
And it's the familiarity that he had with the person he was talking to. I assumed it was somebody in his family, which is just fine, I don't, whatever. Because he had just been talking, because there's a play going on tonight, and he is talking to his family about that. So I assume one of his family members called him up. And so, but anyways, in the middle of his conversation while he's talking, he rips this huge fart.
Okay.
I mean, it was so loud, and he doesn't react to it at all. And I'm just over here laughing because I'm an idiot. And then he gets off the phone, and I said, "Man, who are you talking to?" He's like, "Oh, it's one of the teachers." I said, "She definitely heard you." And he's like, "No, she didn't. She didn't, because I was talking when I did."
That's when you can hear.
That's what I was saying. The noise gate is open.
Right.
So, I was just imagining that she's getting this technology instruction, and then she hears this huge
bomb
fart,
goes off,
and she completely ignores it.
My computer just rebooted. I don't know.
Yeah, I just rebooted too. You hear my Windows sound?
The windows are open.
Yeah.
And the breeze blew through.
So,
man.
And that story's funny every time to me. It's probably funnier than the fact that he ripped one. So,
you guys need
I don't know. We might find out next week whether or not she did, because I don't know if she listens to the show or not. But
yeah.
Chances are she will. He rebooted. Thanks, Donnie.
Thanks, Donnie. Yeah. Good.
Oh, sorry. Not that I got tickled at that. So
no, that's good. It's good. No, I'm the kind, like, you fart freely. You're a free farter.
Not necessarily. I mean, I don't.
To me, you are.
Okay.
Because I'm a guy that doesn't even feel right about farting on the toilet.
I mean, that's the only safe place.
I know, but yesterday, right before a date, I was like, I need to take a crap. So I went in our hall bathroom, and we have an open floor plan.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of minding my business, watching videos, and all of a sudden, just, like it rattled the chains of hell. Like one of my shirt buttons came unbuttoned. I mean, it was vibrating things. My earbuds fell out,
Earbuds.
And I was like, holy crap, she's not going to want to go out with me after that.
After being married for 20-something years.
Yeah, there's no business going to be happening after dinner tonight. There's just no way. So, but apparently she was upstairs. So she only heard the bass. How
she thought it was one of the cars driving by outside.
She just thought it was all about that bass.
Oh man.
Speaking of being on the toilet, have you ever thought of this? I was sitting on a toilet, and I was like, in a weird way, I'm kind of connected to a series of pipes to other people's butts.
I've never thought about that.
Yeah, just butt to butt, like a whole bunch of people.
It's like those old telephone can lines. You're talking. Yeah. Like, hey, maybe you can hear me over there.
I mean, you don't have to deal with that because you're out in the country. You're piping right to a hole in the ground, probably, right?
That's actually true. Yeah.
But I'm in the city. I'm sharing a butt pipe with thousands of people at any given time.
at any given time.
So
That's crazy, man.
I don't
never
know why I
thought
thought
of
of
that.
it, but it's messed me up ever since. It's like, how many people are on this pipeline right now?
Pipeline.
It's all separated, right? Gravity helps water.
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
yeah.
But ultimately,
There's an air gap.
if you were a bug or some sort of leech, you could work your way. If you were an alien being, that was much like a crawfish or something, you could transfer from one human to another if you needed to.
Oh man. That's frightening, actually.
Yeah. It's I've SCP stuff. It's
yeah. I've heard stories of people being like in different countries where like rats would crawl up through the toilet while they were on it.
Happened to us in Jacksonville, Florida. A rat crawled up out of the sewer. No joke.
While you were on the toilet?
And while somebody was in the bathroom, it just bubbled up.
That's so gross.
Gosh, I just saw something move. It was just my glasses, like my bifocals adjusting on something, but I was just like, that was a rat. That was a rat. Scared myself.
Now you're triggered.
I am triggered. Yeah, you want to see what the story grab bag has for us?
Yeah,
today?
let's open that bag.
All right. This one's from Scarlett.
Scarlett.
And she calls it the bathroom search party.
She's in the right place for this.
Hey, James and John, my name is Scarlett from Idaho. I'm a middle schooler. Okay, so here's the deal. She's the second middle schooler to write in, and we still have free bonus, Patreon gifts to give out.
Yeah. How many of those we got left?
I think we're going to have 4.
4.
So,
okay.
Scarlett, you're up for this contest. If your story makes us laugh, I will email you after the show and give you a code, a link to become a supporting member and get all the perks. Okay? It's our outreach.
Yeah.
For all of the middle schoolers that are too poor.
It's a blessing from our patrons, actually, isn't it?
Yeah. It's all patrons. Yeah.
They's like, let's bless those middle schoolers.
That's right.
Share the love.
I'm a middle schooler. You guys may remember my dog, Justice. No.
Justice.
I don't.
I recall a Justice dog.
Really?
A little bit, but I think he...
Tell me about Justice, John. Tell me what happened.
He probably pooped or something.
Yeah, you don't remember it.
All right, never mind.
Well, I have another story about my sister. I just like to test you once in a while because I feel like you really want our customers to like us, our listeners to like us. And so you want to remember things when they say,
sometimes I do.
Yeah. But even though, because she's a middle schooler, she's female, you're like, I want to make sure she has a great experience. So of course I shall remember.
Justice.
But then it makes me feel like I'm the bad host. Cause I'm like, no, I don't remember Justice.
You're just the honest host.
Well, that's what I wanted to confirm. So I wanted
Justice
to call
was
you
served,
out.
if I remember correctly.
That's true. That's good. Watch us. There was a lady that said, I asked her, I said, have you ever had anything read on the show? And she's like, yeah. It was a story about my sister thought she had a tumor in her nose and it was a bean. And I'm like, okay, you should send that in. And she's like, no, you read it on the show. I'm like, which show? She goes, the one that's called Nose Tumor or something like that. I'm like, we named the whole show. So I'm the worst rememberer ever. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, she says, I have another story about my sister. Once upon a time, my family was in Costco. Of course, that's where all the white people are right now.
That's a good place to be.
And they're all named Jennifer. It was after church, so my family decided to get some lunch at the food court. No, you didn't get lunch. You got hot dogs.
Oh, wait, now. They got hot dogs, they got pizza, and they have those chicken things.
Chicken things.
It's like chicken in a pocket. It's like a chicken roll-up. Like
a pocket of chicken?
Yeah.
Chicken pocket.
It's like a hot pocket with chicken.
Because?
how do you know what chicken? I don't remember the joke now.
I look at people who are eating at Costco and I judge them.
Why?
Like, I just do. My father-in-law eats there. Every time we go, he has to get one of those hot dogs. And I look at them and I'm like, are we really making the right decisions here? Everything in that place is organic, guilty pleasure. Right? It has a little markup because it's organic, right? At Costco, most of the foods are organic.
Are they?
Yes. You go to Sam's and hunt for stuff, and then you go to Costco, you're going to see the word organic turn up.
Okay.
About 75% more than any other store. And then on our way out, once we've bought all this organic stuff, we're stopping off for a giant hot dog and a big old sugary Coke. Long. Yeah, and some chicken crap we can't even identify. SCP-103, the freaking chicken paw that never should exist. I don't know. They've got this cart full of stuff. They parked it in the way, and now they're eating at this tiny table. There's not even as much room as there is at Sam's to eat. But no, I mean, I respect that they sell stuff, but I don't respect the people who buy it neither. I don't know why, but anyway, so me and my sister, we stopped to eat, and my sister realized she needed to go to the bathroom. So me and my sister ventured into the bathroom. It's all caps. I don't know.
It's all bathroom.
I have had many a bathroom experience, but this one was the craziest. As the good sister, quote unquote, I just stood in the hallway waiting for my sister to hurry up. I wish I knew ages because, you know, if this is a little girl, it would make a little more sense. But well, eventually my sister got out with a horrified look on her face, and I just decided to ignore it until she told the tale to me. A girl in the bathroom was looking for her mom, my sister said. She started yelling, "Mom, Mom," but no one answered, obviously. So then she started looking underneath all the stalls looking for her mom. Then I guess it was my turn, she said. The girl looked underneath my stall and she said in the most casual voice, "You're not my mom." And she finished up and left. The girl found her mom that was waiting outside the whole time. I just looked at my sister and laughed, but my sister was still shocked. And when we came back to the table, our family was ready to go, which my sister was very pleased with. I hope you enjoyed my story, and for the sake of it, I hope this makes it on the show.
It did.
Yeah. Okay, so you laughed.
I laughed. I did because I pictured her. I pictured who is it telling the story? I can't. What was her name?
Scarlett.
Scarlett. So I pictured Scarlett waiting outside next to, you know, this little girl's mom, apparently. And then the little girl comes out and then says, "I was looking all over for you." You know, this is what's going on in my head.
Yeah.
And then then Scarlett's little sister comes out and is like, "Hey, I got to tell you this terrible thing that happened to me when I was on the can." Some little girl came in and looked at me and said, "You're not my mom." So that was funny to me. Sorry.
No, that was essentially the story. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you were able to relay your comprehension level of this story.
Thank you.
I would say you got an A on that.
Yes.
That quiz.
Finally. I was waiting that I did poorly on that on my SATs, and I think that's why I didn't go to an Ivy League school.
Well, that's that's how you know you've got a good storyteller. Scarlett's a good storyteller. She got her point across.
Yeah.
There was some girl looking underneath stalls for her mom. I think you could have not looked all the way under. I think there's a whole different world in women's bathrooms than in men's.
I'm convinced. Like I think women's bathrooms are more like a spa.
I have that feeling. Yeah.
Yeah. Like a man's bathroom is basically the outdoors. Yeah. And there's toilets.
Yeah.
And it looks like things blew up and it's nasty.
Yeah, you have to hunt for a toilet that's not nasty.
Yeah. Yeah, like if you've got to sit down in there, good luck.
And then one time I walked in the wrong bathroom and there was a couch.
A couch?
Yeah, with a table with a plant. I'm like,
okay.
You know you're in the wrong bathroom immediately when you see that.
Yep. If you don't see the toilets that hang on the walls and there's a table with a plant, then you're
Do women
definitely
sit in the bathroom and just chill?
like, I guess so. Cause when I was facility manager at my last job, they had a couch kind of thing in the ladies' room. And I know this because I had to take
Get
care
in
of
there as
facility
many
type
times as
stuff, right?
possible.
No, yeah. Yeah, I would go in there after hours just because I would know that it would be clean. I'm just kidding. No, but there was a couch there, and I'm guessing that they just like to sit down in there, but
Yeah.
not actually use the bathroom. They just sit
Right.
down and like talk to each other.
Yeah, if I sit down in the bathroom, it's to take a crap. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the only reason I would sit down.
I'm pretty
even
sure.
if they had a couch, I wouldn't use it.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I would never sit in a couch in a men's restroom ever.
Yeah. They could put a Barca lounger in there, and I wouldn't.
Yeah,
sit
I don't
in
know
it.
what that is, but I probably
It's a
wouldn't.
recliner from the
Oh.
70s. We've been
That's
through
right.
this.
Yes. I think you did instruct me on that.
Yeah.
I'm convinced that they probably even eat in there. Like they'll order, like DoorDash, and they'll just deliver it to the bathroom, and they'll just sit
there's
around.
a guy setting it down by the women's door, taking a picture of it and leaving. Yeah.
Yep. I'm pretty sure that happens.
Stall number 3, please.
Yeah. I'd knock, but the instructions told me to just leave it at the door. So that's what I'm doing.
So speaking of bathrooms, there's a bathroom I hate here in St. Louis. And you can call me a hater if you want to, but I am
Bathroom hater.
too old for this kind of bathroom. But it's in this newer yuppie. That's an outdated phrase. Hipster is even outdated now.
Oh man.
It's just this Generation Z, maybe. I don't know.
Gen Z.
I don't know. I don't even know how old Z's are, but I know they can be up in their 20s now. So, and have jobs. So
yeah,
I don't know, but somebody designed this bathroom. Okay. It's a 3-part bathroom. There are no doors. It is just 3 hallways. Okay. So imagine 3 hallways.
Yeah.
The sign over one says toilets or sitting. Sorry. It says sitting. And the other hall on the right side says standing. And there's a row of urinals. And then in the middle is where you wash your hands.
Yeah. Kind of like at the airport.
Yeah, except the airport has women's rooms and men's rooms.
This
one just had sitting and standing. So here it is for me. First of all, I'm old. I need separate bathrooms.
Yeah.
Okay. My wife agrees with this wholeheartedly. I think all of us Gen Xers do. It's fine to have separate bathrooms. It's good to have separate bathrooms.
Yeah. Yeah.
But let's take this design under the microscope a little bit, because I thought it through. I'm like, that's nice that they have lots and lots of urinals for men, but for the women, they're the only ones that suffer in this configuration, because they have to share toilets door to door with a dude.
With dudes, yeah.
And the way toilet housings are constructed.
They got cracks and stuff all the way around.
Can see. You could put your eye right up there and hear stuff. Right. I don't want to see or hear anything from anybody.
No.
Much less a woman. And I would think a woman would not want, I just don't think it would be comfortable on a safety level or whatever. So I've never gone back to that theater again.
Oh, it's a theater.
It's a movie theater.
What?
And you can order at your seat and they cook food and bring it out. Super nice. And then I got to that bathroom and I was like,
and you know how people have to go with the bathrooms. Like everybody, like when that movie's over, they've been holding it for 2 hours.
The only time you'll ever stand in line as a man for the bathroom is
It's true.
Is at a football game at halftime or after a movie.
That's 100%. And I would have to assume that the ladies' rooms are the same.
I think the ladies' room always has a line, because like a famous comedian once says, of course there was a line. You took the line with you, because they're all like, I gotta go too. I gotta go too. Yeah, that's right. So they go together.
Let's all go, because they have a couch in there and they can sit down and eat their DoorDash. That's why.
I just don't think you should eat on a toilet, John.
No. That's true. But it is quite efficient if you think about
gum on the toilet. And there's the letter of the law and the spirit of the law. I'm a spirit of the law kind of guy.
The spirit says, "Don't
like,
chew
I don't even
gum."
want to fart in the toilet.
The bathroom's made for that.
Right. I don't know.
So, like, where is it safe for you to
It's
fart?
never safe.
Never safe.
It's never safe.
I don't
I'm
do
pretty
it.
good at silent but deadlies, though.
Oh man.
Yeah, I am like the ace of cakes when it comes to slipping them out.
Oh man.
Because you know how you can burp with your mouth closed and then go whoo, and let it out, you know?
Yeah.
I somehow can do that below. I can pop it out like a bubble, like blowing a bubble, and then just let it sneak its way through. And if I don't let it out, it'll go back in. So that's probably too much. It's probably, I'm gonna bleep that out later.
He's gonna edit it.
Yeah.
Yeah, only the live listeners get this part of the show.
We had thousands of listeners until today, to that one
They're
episode.
all like, man, that guy's bald like Joe Rogan, but he sure isn't as cool as he is.
Definitely not. So Scarlett, I think both of us agree that you won a free membership, a 1-year membership to being a supporting member on Patreon. So
congratulations.
Yeah, hit us up at thatstoryshow@gmail.com and we'll send you your link. So we remove that from, there we go. We got a review. Do you want to hear it?
I'd love to.
This is brought to you by podgagement.com. Ha 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 ha. OMG. This is the funniest thing ever. It's like unlimited breadsticks at Olive Garden. It makes me so happy. Keep it up, guy! ! Galore. Chef Curry 45 from the United States.
Chef Curry.
Yeah.
Not like Steph Curry. It's Chef Curry.
Chef_Curry 45.
Wow.
From January 28th at 3:44 a.m.
That was like this week?
Yeah.
Wow, that's fresh.
Fresh.
I love it. Thanks for the review.
I'm going to play one of my sounds for you.
Okay.
For you. Okay, so this is a little girl that I watch her and her family sometimes because she's very young, but she speaks very clearly. And it might be hard for you to understand what she's discussing here. I realized that once I listened back to it, but I tried to enhance her voice. But she's talking about the moon and how it is confusing. Okay, so try to listen for the word confusing. And once you hear that, you'll know you're in step with what she's saying. Here we go.
Say it again, what?
Is that so confusing? There's a moon in the sky, but and when you show your butt at someone, that's mooning.
That is confusing.
Yeah.
So did we get that? Yeah.
I did. She's a little confused about why we have a moon.
There's a moon in the sky, but when you show your butt at someone,
it's also called mooning.
Yeah.
Please explain. Where did that come from?
Let me know, Mom. Yeah, it's important to have family at home that you can bring these topics up with. Because I told you last week how my middle school self didn't know what a butt crack was until I was like 12. So
butt crack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought
I am kind of curious.
Scar.
Potter. I'm kind of curious. Sorry,
I want more of that. I want more.
You want more, Potter? Harry, you swine. You're not even fit to be called my student.
Okay, now make him from Die Hard. Do a Die Hard.
I don't know. I don't know any lines from that movie. I've never seen it.
Just say you're trying to do a Die Hard. Just say that. You're
trying to do a Die Hard.
Thank you. That was from Rick and Morty. Thank you so much. Appreciate you referencing that show.
Thank you.
Even though you've never seen it. All right. This is funny for only one reason. It's like a grown woman. She's driving a Tesla. She's talking about something really crazy, and then she gets hit. Okay. So that's the context for this audio. Okay. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
I just got back from Spirit and I went to the bathroom and I was taking like a spooky dookie, right? And then
So, did you hear it? She said spooky dookie, and then she gets hit like right away.
Oh man.
It takes her a minute, and then she screams. I want to hear it again.
I just got back from Spirit and I went to the bathroom and I was taking like a spooky dookie, right? And then
Boom.
And the end of it said R.I.P. my Tesla or something like that.
Oh, that's why she was screaming, because she wasn't hurt.
No.
She's like, they hit my car.
What's
I
a
was
spooky
busy."
dookie, John? Is that a saying that young people say?
Yeah, it's when you take a dump in a haunted house.
Oh.
It's a spooky, and when you go pee,
So
it's
she went to a spirit store, is what she's probably saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
spirit store. You know, the place that Halloweens and they pop up everywhere.
I didn't know that was a real thing. I figured you might know,
Apparently.
though.
Well, I've just heard a kid talk about it. And
Yeah.
when you go pee, it's a creepy pee-pee. A spooky dookie and a creepy pee-pee. Oh, we're so mature and grown and wise, aren't
Well,
we?
see, I learned something today, and that
Did you?
That makes it all better. Dun,
I think it just-
dun, dun.
Yeah, I think it's recent. Like it came from a meme
Yeah.
or something. I don't know. Probably did. I don't
Pooping
know.
in a
Some-
haunted house. I
You go
pooped
poop
in
in a
every
haunted
haunted
house.
house I've been in, whether I was on the toilet or not.
Didn't make it to the bathroom, but that's
that
why I don't
count?
go to haunted houses. I get too scared.
All right, this one is Squirt. I think that's what I named it. Hold on, let me look it up before I play it, because I know it's been cleared. But what is it? What did I? Soup. Okay,
Soup.
it's called Soup. I had it labeled, but it wasn't very well read. This is just funny to me. Here it goes.
You gonna tell me that we put plants, spices, dead animals all in a cauldron and follow instructions written by people in a book from 100 years ago, and soup isn't witchcraft?
And then he said a cuss word. Soup is witchcraft.
Soup isn't witchcraft. Sounds like one of my neighbors. It might be. I need to look at that.
Well, it's like I saw a post the other week about a boy talking about his mom wouldn't let him hear Harry Potter because of the potions. The potions are of the devil. And now he's grown up and she's like, you know, he's like, what are you calling these essential oils you're always harping about? That's potions, Mom.
Potions. No, it's not. It's different. These help you breathe better.
This one's called Coffee Order. Okay, so the context, it was a compilation of videos about people messing with their grandpas. So there's these two grandchildren, these boys.
Yeah.
And dad
kids.
pulls up to the Starbucks and wants their order. So here it goes.
Yeah.
What do you guys want?
Let me get a fratte motete. And then let me get a Trenta pinkity drinkity.
Trinkety, pinkety, dinky, and a frappe mate.
what the?
Cut it
Okay.
off. What? No, she said, what the?
Oh.
Grandpa's like, give me a hanky spanky and a wata matata.
A drinkity pinkity.
A drinkity pinkity.
A frappe matate.
I love it because I do that to Jen a lot. Like, I'll say, Dad, gummit, I forgot my schlotl. And she's like, what? I forgot my schlotl. And she's like, what are you saying? And I'm like, I forgot my... Do I have to be more clear? Do I have to spell it out for you? SCHLOTOLL. Schlotl. And she's like, you're not saying words. I hate you. So,
That's hard words. People don't recognize that. It's communication.
but for a minute, she thinks she's heard a real word and she just hasn't understood it. And so now she hates it. So I can never do it to her. But I try to do it to a family member or a friend, and she was like, he's doing his stupid word thing again. He didn't say it right. And so she ruins my joke.
You can start asking people in stores for stuff
I should.
with that, you know,
Should.
and then like hide your camera somewhere
Mhm.
and don't get any permission from them to, you know, post the videos like they
Hey,
do.
You know what? Here in Missouri, we're a one-party state. It only takes only one person has to know that they're being recorded.
Oh,
So I could get away with anything.
because you would be the one who knows.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to make some secret hidden video. The funny kind, not the mean stuff where
I'm a mean guy though. That's why I don't do it.
Oh,
Like every time I've ever started recording somebody being weird near me, I get convicted and turn it off.
oh,
Because I'm like, I'm
gonna post this.
I'm gonna post
moron.
this up. Yeah. And I'm gonna make them out to be really stupid. And I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah,
But I
'cause
kind of
you-
do, but I don't, I have conviction about it. So I don't, but I still want to kind of thing.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I do. I hear you. I want to do nice things, and I don't. So I don't know what that makes me.
Right. And I want to do bad things and I don't. So that makes me worse than you.
Maybe we should like join forces and
Or join them.
join them.
Join the forces. Join the forces.
Turn the feety birdie. Bork, bork. Put the chicken in the basket.
Because
What's the? I forgot what.
it's why are chicken jokes always funny?
Wired. Yes, thank you.
Because. Yeah. So if you hit somebody with your Tesla, is that will you be charged with battery?
Assault and battery.
If you sprinkle a little salt in there.
And sodium chloride.
All right, this one's called Ethan because it's from our friend Ethan Nicole.
What?
Yeah.
Hey, Ethan.
We miss him. He's doing great things with his life.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Hey, James, John. This is Ethan
Hey.
Nicole. Just wanted to give you a quick story from Halloween back in the day when I was, I was probably around 12, and my little youngest brother was probably around 3 or 4. We were doing this one of those haunted houses, kind of a homemade haunted house in a small
Nice.
town. A lot of blood and guts and freaky stuff, but we were just kind of having fun. Somewhere along the ride, Freddy Krueger comes out and freaks everybody out. Some guy dressed as him. Well, my little brother, who's like 4 or 5, I guess he had dropped something from his costume, because suddenly Freddy Krueger comes running up and brings back some part of his costume that he had dropped and gives it back to him. So from that moment on, my little brother, he associated Freddy Krueger with being a really nice guy. So we'd go to Blockbuster Video, he'd see all his as a Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
Yeah.
The movie section. He really wanted to get one because he wanted to. He loved that guy. He was just a nice guy. That
He brought me
back
my
his mask.
costume.
So anyway, that's my Halloween story. My little brother, all his life, thought Freddy Krueger was a really nice, good guy, and not a guy that murders you in your dreams. Hope you guys are doing well, and thanks for taking my story. If you do,
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did. We did. So
Thanks, Ethan Nicole. I'm honored that he would take time out of his busy life to call
I
in
know.
and
he
say
remembers
hi.
the little guy,
He does.
He's out there making comics and whole shows. He's making shows for the Daily Wire and stuff.
Yeah. He's doing all sorts of cool things.
Yeah. So awesome.
Can you imagine? I wonder if Malachi, his little brother, ever was like, I'm gonna finally watch this movie.
Yeah, because the kid's over 18 now.
Yeah.
He
I think
graduated a couple years ago.
Yeah. Oh man. That's just him getting older. That's not us.
Hmm.
I wonder how that movie went though, because he had to have watched it. Like, this is gonna be a great movie. It's gonna be fun and cool.
He's so nice and friendly. No, it reminds me. I took a picture of. There's a girl that goes to our little church, and she's in kindergarten this year. But when this picture was taken, she was in pre-K, and she still loves dolls and all this. Well, we were out in the city at the Melvin, and David, my friend David Godbout, he's been on the show. He's Rockstar Paul's dad and Salsa Boy's dad. He found a Mike Myers stuffed animal. It had the mask on, it had the knife, the plastic knife, and he just had a stance to him, And
Yeah.
somebody lost that because somebody spent money on it. It was not dirty. It had not been on the streets long. Somebody was probably waiting on the bus and left it or something. But he gave it to her and she loved it, loved him. And I'm like, do you know who that is? That's Mike Myers. He's a scary guy. She's like, no, he's not. No, he's not. I mean, he has a knife. He's a surgeon. She's like, he's a doctor.
He's a surgeon. Why
So,
is he wearing a mask? That's his face.
Yeah, kids can rationalize anything.
Yeah.
I saw an interview with George Lucas back in the day. People were worried that kids would not be able to handle the fact that Vader was Luke's father. Spoilers, by the way.
You should have said that first.
I
haven't
spoilers
seen that movie from the 70s yet.
But he said that when they did test audiences, the kids simply chose to believe that Vader was lying.
Oh.
So they protected themselves with their own little brain.
And those kids would have been us, James.
I know.
We protected ourselves with our own little brain.
Even back then, they were trying to shelter us, but Lucas didn't care. So
yeah,
Lucas didn't back down, and I'm glad.
Yeah, because that was such a big revelation.
Yeah, that's why you have to watch them in the order of release.
You do. Of course, if you don't know that by now, then you're whatever. But
yeah, just as you're going forward, people who are going to have children, just do it the right way. Release order. And I know it doesn't make sense at the end that Anakin is a young man. It makes no sense, and they're not going to know who that is, but that's a small price to pay.
Yeah.
Because the ghosts come back and they replaced old Anakin with young Anakin.
That's right.
Because that makes no sense, because he came back to the light side as an old man. So his Force ghost would have been an old man like Kenobi and all the rest of them. But anyway, Yoda didn't come back as a young Yoda.
Well, that's because he was always old.
Yeah.
He was born old.
All right. This is from Sage from Texas. It's called Near-Death Experience. For one Christmas, my family that included my mom's side had the bright idea to spend Christmas together in an Airbnb. Not the best idea in the first place.
Really?
I'm not going to say any names, but I'll set some of the scene. Some of the story I can't say, it's just too crazy. Anyway, it's dark. Okay, I'm going to call this. This is a middle schooler. If he makes us laugh, he'll get a prize. Anyway, It's dark and it's cold, and there's a fire going in the little fire pit. It's just the adults. There's no punctuation. Outside, they're drinking, having fun, and all of a sudden, my uncle passes out. My aunt is screaming. His sister, by the way. I go see what's going on when my dad says to me, just get the other kids upstairs and comfort them. So the woman of the family and my grandma, who's not a woman of the family, start to pray over my uncle. Someone calls 911, and let's just say he saw the light, and God told him something about not your time and all that stuff. Hope it makes it on the show.
Whoa. So that's usually like a paranormal kind of story.
Yeah.
Mixing with some trauma.
This is what we would normally call a testimony.
Yeah.
I saw God.
We were outside drinking around the fire pit.
And my uncle drank so much he died.
Now, that was not stated, but...
No, but apparently he did. If he saw God
out
and said, it's not your time, that would be so obnoxious to finally make it to heaven, and you start peeking around the corner, you see some really cool stuff, you see some people you're like, oh, dude, I see Samson in the back there. I can't wait. And God's like, no, wait.
Hold up.
He's checking his watch. He's like, it's not your time yet. You need to go back to the waiting room.
Somebody made a mistake here.
Yeah, I don't even know how you got up here in the first place. You died drinking. So pretty sure that's suicide. So you're not supposed to be here. No, it's... out of all the things God could tell me when I get to heaven, it's not your time.
It's not your time.
Really good. It reminds me kind of my father when he left the family and kind of said, I don't have time for you right now. I have to make it about me and my new girlfriend. So if God does that to me too, I think I'll just say, all right, well, I'm not coming back.
I made a mistake.
I'm going to make another choice about my eternity. I would rather burn. Thanks.
Whoa. Everybody, James is kidding.
James is kind of not kidding. It's like what I said it years ago on the show, that if it turns out that God has a dad, I'm done. Like if there's one more guy that we should have been pleasing the whole time, I'm done.
No. God doesn't have a dad.
No, he doesn't. But if he did,
if he did,
and,
that
and
would
it was
be
a secret, and he's surely not happy because I don't imagine God's happy a lot of times because we get this image of Jesus supplicating for us,
yeah.
making he's the lawyer that is constantly telling God, no, I've been there, I understand. He's making supplication for us, he's pleading our case constantly before God. And so I have to imagine his temperament is a little more old T than we let it be known, I am a friend of God. No, you're not. No, you're not. It's through Jesus Christ that we can even call out on his name. And
That's right.
he can even tolerate us, So yeah,
Amen.
if God has a dad, we're all screwed, guys. That's all I'm saying. That's my thing. And Sage, you made me laugh in spite of your story. So
you get one too.
You get a free if you email me. Yeah, just or
they have to email you, or you have to mail
cookies.
them.
They have to email me.
Okay, so that
I have
goes
them
for
left
you
over by
too.
next week, I give them to somebody else.
All right. Better make sure. I hope they're avid listeners of the show.
Yeah, well, it's on them, right? Isn't that fair? Do we want not listeners to win
that's a good
prizes
point.
that only have a benefit if you listen?
That's that sounds like a deeper question.
Yeah. If you don't listen to the show, then you're not going to benefit from the perk. So I think it's a good gateway to have to jump through. All right. Jacob has a story. This will be our last one. It's called Head of Shame. He's from Taylorsville, Utah. If you're trying to look him up online.
Yeah. Let's see. How many Taylors are there in Utah?
No, Jacob.
All
His
of
name
them.
is Jacob.
Jacob.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah. For the stalkers out there. While waiting for a church meeting to start, one of my friends leaned over and while pointing to my head said, "It looks like you're starting to show some salt in that pepper."
Uh-oh.
It is true that my dark hair had started sprouting white hairs about 5 years earlier, and the amount of salt in the pepper had only increased since. I joked back to him saying, I would rather have the white hair coming in than become bald.
Oh.
The words came out so quickly I couldn't stop myself. I hadn't meant for this to be an insult to any men who lose their hair. However, my friend's face put on a sad countenance as he bowed his hairless head. I had remembered too late that he himself was bald. Luckily, we both laughed, and he didn't hold it against me.
Well, he can't. He started the insult.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, hey, you're getting gray. Well, at least I'm not going bald.
I have a bald friend at work, and I was talking to him a lot. I talked to him too much. And I said, anyway, I'll get out of your hair. I mean, out of your beanie. And I was like, why did I keep talking? It was okay to say out of your hair.
Yeah.
It was the beanie part that was making it obvious that I knew that I had said something about a bald man. So I just got back to my desk and I was just cussing at myself, like, dang it, James, you stupid idiot, you daggum dumb butthead, you freaking retard. Ooh, I said the R word.
Oh,
anyway.
Better mark that. As a bald man, I don't even really notice it anymore.
Good.
Like bald jokes, unless somebody's just being a jerk, just trying to be mean to me. But even if they are, I don't care. I'm bald, whatever. At least I don't have to buy shampoo.
Jacob was the guy that I just read that thing from, and it says here he became a member, so he will not need to win the prize. So, and I don't know that he was. I'm looking at his picture. I think he's a teenager. So,
but he's starting to get gray, so he's going to be one of those.
Yeah, those early guys.
Yeah. Wow.
So
he's
when
probably
your hair,
in his 20s.
You still have hair, technically.
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, I see it. I see some 5 o'clock shadow up there, and it's dark.
Well, it is on that part, but if you look over here, and you can actually see the flecks of white.
Okay, I have a few down near the ears, but primarily, would you say I'm hanging in there pretty good?
Yeah.
I mean, my beard and mustache are like pandas. I got a panda spot right here on the chin, and I have a panel of black on each side.
Yeah, and it's
Two
very
sprigs of white right there, and then it's very
I was going to say
balanced.
structural.
Yeah,
What is
there
the
you go.
well
Structural.
balanced? Yeah.
It's parted out properly. It's a proper beard.
There's a different word for that, and I can't remember what it is right now.
Pot.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll take it.
Silver fox.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of beards. Okay, so I posted. Everybody was like, "We got to see what John looked like when you were freaking out on the show."
Okay.
And so I posted a picture of you full beard, like we're used to, and then I posted the picture that I first saw on the recording, and people overwhelmingly preferred you beardless.
Is that right?
Said you look 10 years younger and more attractive.
Now I don't recall hearing any of that.
That was my input.
Okay. But I
wasn't
am
going to
I'm
admit
flattered.
to it. I was just going to let it roll. Cause you look like a high school kid without your daggone beard.
Well,
And that's a compliment.
well, thanks. I will take it. My 5 o'clock shadow is a little bit
Denser.
more silver.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually shaved again, like with a razor on Saturday.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and this is like a week's growth, whatever. But as there's like still teachers at the school here that haven't seen me without it. And like there's like new teachers here that have only been here this school year, and I've had like a full beard since the beginning of school.
Right.
And I was walking by one of them today, and I said, "Hello, how you doing?" And she straight up was like, "Thought I was a stranger."
Oh.
I don't think she still knows who I am.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's like, "Hello." You know that look that you give people when you think you know them, but you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. That I got that look. I was like, this is kind of fun.
I
I'm a
was
stranger.
very tempted today to do something bad. I was in my car, was waiting to pick up Jen because they were rolling her out in a wheelchair. And there was this lady on the phone walking up. And I'm like, if she makes eye contact with me as she crosses in front of the truck, I'm going to wave at her as if I know her and haven't seen her for years.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Because last week I'm like majorly depressed, right? This week I want to make an idiot of myself and her, but she never looked up, and I don't know if I would have actually done it. Because as soon as I thought of the idea, I'm like, that's amazing. And then what if it works? What if I have to carry it on and get out of the truck and go hug her or something? And my wife is wheeled out in a wheelchair, and she's like, "Why are you hugging on that lady?" Oh, this is Clara. You know her. Play along. And Jen doesn't play along.
No,
she never.
you just tell
plays
that
along.
she's still under the influence of the the sleeping stuff they gave her.
Yeah, I don't know who
You
this
didn't
woman
see
in
me
the
hug
wheelchair
nobody.
is. I don't know who she is. But
I
we
just
used to
found
date.
her.
We used to date. Me and this lady on the phone. So
I accidentally did that once.
really,
Yeah, waved at somebody like I knew them
yeah.
because I thought I did. I was waving. I was like, "Hey!"
Oh.
And then when and they kind of waved back, and when I realized I didn't know who it was, I just kind of turned the other way.
Dude,
I didn't know what to do.
you've seen this in a movie where the hot girl waves.
Yeah.
And the nerdy kid thinks it's at him, and he waves back and turns around, and it's the hot guy behind him she was waving at, and he feels like an idiot, and she saw it. That happened to me in junior high in real life. This girl was in the lunch line. I was sitting, and she waved at me, and I smiled, and I waved back, and I knew she didn't like me or anything. I wasn't that stupid, but it was just nice to be recognized. We had a couple classes together,
Yeah.
And then she goes, no, like turned up her nose and shook her head like, ugh. And so she waved again higher over my head, then.
Apparently, because that works, right?
And some kid with, a curly mullet answered in a surf t-shirt, Panama Jack t-shirt, an OP t-shirt.
Yeah.
Anyway.
His name was probably Kyle.
Some board shorts.
Yeah.
That had just come in that season, because before that we were wearing shorts that were an inch down from our crotch.
That's right. Yeah. Those what they call? Do we call them jams or were those? Did girls? I can't remember.
Jams or something like that for a while. They were called jams before they just became shorts.
They were just they were long shorts.
Yeah,
and we had grown up wearing those like running shorts and
with pulled up socks, like we were freaking 13. No, 11 from Stranger Things. We were wearing those socks right there. Yeah. Sometimes a navy blue and a red stripe, sometimes green and yellow.
Yeah.
But never green and blue. It's always color coordination.
Never
sometimes red and red. I had red and red stripes.
Yeah. 2 stripes or 3?
2. Sometimes the thick middle stripe and the 2 smaller ones on the top and bottom.
Yeah. Like all of the kids right now are like, what are these dudes talking about socks for?
Dude, I would sit and watch TV, watching Pac-Man cartoons, eating my cereal, and zipping and unzipping my
parachute pants.
No, sorry, 2 different decades. My zip is what is it called? Velcro. My Velcro shoes. Just be unzipping and zipping those Velcro shoes. Just because it was the coolest things. And if you had 2, first they had 2. And the cool thing to do was cross them over each other.
Cross them over. Yeah, that's right. Dude. And then they went out of style and then old people started wearing Velcro shoes.
No, but it was the coolest thing for a while because you could get high tops that laced and did Velcro.
Yep.
At the
Reeboks.
Top. Yes.
The classic Reeboks did
and you
that.
could air them up, dude.
They had the pumps.
Yep. Man.
Reebok made the pumps, and I think Nike tried that something too that had like a separate like pump that went with the shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pump up your Reebok, tie them tight, and then pump them up.
All these Gen X dudes reliving the good old days.
All right. It's time for us to get out of here, though.
Sorry.
Do you have a story that you'd like featured in a future episode? Submit your story at thatstoryshow.com. While you're there, join the mailing list for the latest updates. And please take a moment to leave a review on iTunes or Spotify. We read them and we love them. And remember, when something weird, annoying, embarrassing, or painful happens, you don't get stressed, don't get depressed. Just think, hey, this belongs on That Story Show. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks, John. You're awesome.
No, you are.
You are.
Harry Potter is awesome. Oh, that was bad. Sorry.
Do swine. Okay. Hi, my name's James, and I'm a middle schooler. I'm sitting on the toilet. I couldn't be cooler because I'm in a haunted house, and I'm pooping spooky. I'm pooping spooky because I'm taking a dookie. I don't know why that is. I just learned it today. But I put it in the song, and I like it the way it sounds that way. And I was in another toilet one time, and this little girl peeked in, and I said, I'm not your mom, and what you're doing is a sin. Eating hot dogs at Costco, you're a big sellout. We don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'm your presidential candidate, and we don't think it's right for you to eat at Costco, even though America's great. It's not what you poop, it's what you ate that makes you what you are. You understand that, right? I'm passing in an executive order today to stop this podcast because it's the worst. It's absolutely the worst than China. Worse than James's impression of me.